Today we're plugging the EJ Beardmore Dam with the new Plog Vlog bag. Let's have a look around here.
I'm Trinity Anderson, producer and narrator of Plog Vlog. My foster father and I travel to quiet places, picking up litter that's been left behind.
I've already been along here and I know there's no rubbish.
But I also tell stories, especially the kind that don't fit neatly into history books or travel blogs. Stories about my mum, Liz.
So we're going to head down in there. So that's where the people visit and that's where there'll be rubbish.
Stories that drift between memory, mystery, and meaning.
It's 5 degrees.
If you missed the last episode, here's a quick recap. Mum arrived in Honolulu, ready to chat with her childhood friend David about the start of their respective adventures. Claire stormed out. She was David's girlfriend at the time, and let's just say she wasn't thrilled when Liz stood at the door of their Honolulu hotel room. Claire yelled, "Left," and didn't come back. Mum tended to make other women insecure, sometimes intensely. That's where the last Plog Vlog left off. Now we're at Beardmore Dam, near the town of St George in southern Queensland, roughly 500 kilometres west of Brisbane. We filmed this episode the day after my foster mother fell on a set of steps.
Let's go check out the Beardmore Dam sign.
She sliced open her knee so badly that the bone was exposed. A trip to the local hospital followed, and thankfully the doctors there were amazing. The roads out here are long and flat, littered by wayward pieces of cotton. You might call it a cotton highway. St George is one of the major cotton growing regions in Australia. It's a tricky industry, reliant on irrigation, vulnerable to climate shifts, and always negotiating the balance between economic survival and environmental strain. It's also a reminder of how much we rely on places we rarely think about.
There's my first bit.
Cotton doesn't grow on coat hangers. It grows on water, labour and land. And water out here? It matters. Beardmore Dam is part of the Border Rivers system. It was built in the 1970s to help regulate the Balonne River and supply water for farming.
There's always an energy drink. Gross.
But more than that, it's one of those places that locals depend on and outsiders barely notice. We plugged the wall of the dam and around the recreation areas. As usual, the places where people hang out had litter, but not too much this time. But something else was happening in my head. I've been back in one of my mum's early travel journals. It picks up just after that awkward hotel scene in Hawaii. After Claire flew away.
Oh, let's go do this.
After the stabbing incident that filled the hotel with sirens and police. And after her friend David returned at dawn and said, "It was on the rocks anyhow." Liz had planned to stay in Hawaii for a while.
Which one? This one.
But after Claire left and things quieted down,
What, Trinity?
something shifted. She decided to join David for a little while, at least to his next stop, San Francisco.
Still got me, Trinity?
Liz was looking forward to finally hanging out the way they'd done as kids. In the journal, she writes about a bus ride they took together. Route 55. It looped around the island, through pineapple fields, along the coast, past Waimea Bay, and eventually to a place near Sacred Falls. They hiked the final stretch on foot, a winding path under dense canopy. She wrote, "We hiked for what felt like hours, though it probably wasn't."
Get a video of the Plog Vlog bag. Got to do a bit of promo. Hey, Trinity.
The forest had a way of folding time. There were birds I couldn't name, vines I wanted to swing from like a cartoon. And then, suddenly, the raw, sacred falls. She described the moment of arrival in almost religious terms. It didn't feel like we discovered it. It felt like it had been waiting for us. But what really caught my attention was what she wrote next.
That's something.
At the falls, I needed to let out reflections that had been bubbling inside me for months. I told David about how wonder is the beginning of all thought.
For a seat.
That to live well, you first have to notice that you're living. I told him the waterfall was like a metaphor. It thundered and sparkled and drowned the sound of our inner noise. That was the point. To stop thinking in straight lines, to feel something. Reading that drew an image in my mind of suddenly seeing the cardboard box around me, of climbing up the inside to calmly observe its contents, carefully walking the rim to avoid falling either in or out. It also sent me Googling, because I'd heard Sacred Falls isn't open anymore.
Oh, that's something.
In May 1999, a few years after Mum visited, a rockfall killed 8 people and injured many others.
I dare you to drink that.
The park was closed permanently, and today it's illegal to hike there. The trail is considered sacred and dangerous. Rangers still patrol the area and issue hefty fines. When Mum and David had been there, it was still open to the public.
I could barely see that in the light.
But I couldn't stop thinking about that contrast, their moment of wonder, followed by tragedy years later. Would Liz have seen a metaphor in that? During that trip around Honolulu in 1993, I think that was the first time Mum really introduced David to her new way of seeing things. Not just as a tourist, but as a thinker, a feeler, someone who wanted to find the pulse of meaning inside the noise, a person carrying a tattered philosophy book. Lately, I've been thinking about education. Perhaps, like Sacred Falls, it soon won't be a place for humans. I've been studying to become a teacher.
The rock.
But with AI threatening to automate everything from lesson plans to tutoring, I keep wondering, will there be anything left for humans to teach? My foster father said, "The best teachers never just deliver content.
And up and over.
They deliver connection." But connection doesn't scale well. AI does. And that's what keeps me up some nights.
No access. That sucks.
Will human teachers be superseded before I've even paid off my university debt? If jobs like teaching are taken from us, perhaps small acts, like picking up litter or asking what a waterfall represents, might be the very things that tether us to our humanity. I think that's what Mum was getting at. She wasn't trying to teach David philosophy like a course. She was giving him something more primal. Wonder. She'd felt it when she read that Norwegian book, the one Eric gave her, back when she was still living quietly on the Gold Coast. She'd even learned Norwegian just to read it properly. She'd underlined, "When our basic needs have been satisfied,
Up for drinking.
will there still be something that everybody needs?" And she'd sought an answer by getting on a plane. After that bus trip with David, Liz wrote, "I was supposed to stay in Hawaii for a while, but then he asked if I wanted to come with him to San Francisco. I didn't hesitate. I need to see what else wonder can look like." And just like that, a journey began.
All of you too.
As for Beardmore Dam, it's still here, quiet, resilient, a place people forget until they need water. Or until someone like us shows up, picking through the edges, trying to make it a little cleaner than we found it. That'll do for now. If you want the full story, Claire, the stabbing, the fallout, it's all in the last Plog vlog episode. And if you ever find yourself near St. George,
Cigarette butt.
keep an eye out for cotton on the wind.
No butts.
It travels further than you'd expect.